Hello and welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with Get Oiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of Get Oiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone. Glad you're here today.
We're also glad that Julie and Colin have joined us today. Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone.
How's it going, everybody?
And hello to you from wherever you are in the world. Let us know where that is in the chat. We're thrilled to have you here today. We have a really exciting training. This is something that we have actually talked about before, but it was years ago. And it was before we had all of these incredible built-in time-saving AI features in Get Oiling. So today we're going to address a really important topic, and that is classes, presentations, workshops, whatever you like to call how you interact with people in a live setting. Now, this doesn't have to be in person. And in fact, today I'm going to be talking with you about how you should be doing this digitally at least once a month, because it's not just about how many butts you can get in seats. It is about an entire system that can serve your business long term from one set of steps that you take, hopefully soon. So we're going to give you everything that you need to walk through this process. I've even created a comprehensive step-by-step guide that you guys should have received via email. And of course, it will be along with the replay and the blog post today. So let's get into it. I'm going to hop out of slides. And by the way, you guys, Greg has been really busy and we have some really cool updates to show you as well. So we've got a lot to get into here today. Welcome again, really thrilled to have you here. This is our favorite time of the week. Today we're going to talk about how we can host classes that build our business, even if no one or three people show up, right? Even if just one person shows up, obviously our ideal of hosting a class, especially if you've been around with Young Living for a long time, you want to have a lot of people in a room, but I'm going to show you today how you can benefit for the long run, even if no one shows up. All right, so today we're going to talk about why classes still work to create real growth for Young Living, why the goalpost, though, has shifted from just filling seats, and the approach is fundamentally different from the standard Essential Oils 101 class that you may have been familiar with a decade or more ago. We're going to talk about how we can use Get Oiling's built-in features that are AI powered to help you plan your class, to build your funnel, and to have this done in under an hour. And we'll talk about how we can turn one class into an asset that works for your business year round. And of course, as always, we will get into life help and Q&A. So if you're here looking for help, regardless of whether it has to do with today's topic or not, I want to invite you to add those questions to the Q&A. Let us know what it is that you need some help with, and we will make sure that we help you here on today's call. Now, if you are watching this as a replay, come join us. We're live every Thursday at noon US Eastern Time, getoiling.com/weekly work session. It's where you can go to sign up, get notified of upcoming topics, and be the first to receive resources and replays. If you'd like to set aside time on a call like this, we do reserve the second half of these hour-long calls to work together. Getoiling.com/website review will give you the opportunity to join one of these calls totally free. Have me look at your work. We can discuss your approach together, whatever that looks like for you, whether you're just getting started or you want my eyes on your literal website. All right. And then if you are looking for smaller group sessions, right? If you're looking for live help in a smaller format where you don't have to sit through training first, you can go to getoiling.com/live help. Pam has different offers hours availability that you can hop onto. She's brilliant. She knows the system and how to use it and can be of help to you there. And then finally, if you'd like to hand off your project to someone on our team to get it done for you, that is also an option. Getoiling.com/concierge is where you can go to get started with that. All right. Now, first news is good news is that classes still work. Classes still work to grow Young Living. They have been central to how Young Living has grown since the very beginning, right? So in the very beginning, it was what are these magical substances that come from plants and what are the things they can do for the body, for the person, for the environment that we live in, right? And so, this is where it started, and it still is a very powerful way to grow your business. And the reason why is that classes, these interactive environments, whether they be in person or virtual, they build trust faster than social posts or emails, right? We do still need to be showing up and being present on social and nurturing folks in our inbox, but we want to be moving people toward more interactive opportunities. Another reason why classes are such a powerful thing is social proof. right? So if you can get more than one person in a room, you've got social proof there. A quick tip, if you are someone who is hosting classes on a regular basis, have a little hub or a network of friends who do the same and show up to each other's classes to engage for each other, right? To be the social proof for your friends. This can be something you do with your team. This can be a cross team thing as well. Now, the brand partners who are hosting and showing up consistently in these spaces to engage and educate are ultimately the ones that are seeing some of the best growth out there, right? But the important thing for you to understand is that the goalpost of events and classes, it's shifted because the culture has shifted, right? 10 years ago, live attendance was everything. And it was a little bit easier to get people to show up to something live, especially if you're offering something in person. And today, and what I hope that you will take away from today's training is that the entire system is actually the asset. It is in our interest here. What we want for you is to be able to escape hustle and to be able to work in intentional, smart ways so that if you do work once, the work product that you create becomes an asset for your business long term, right? 10 years ago, you host a class and the only thing that you might reuse is the presentation itself. And what I'm going to show you today is that you can reuse all of it. And you can set it up so that what you're reusing in the future, that work you did once, whether 20 people showed up or no one showed up, becomes an evergreen asset that grows your business, right? So what we're going to do here is record ourselves, regardless of whether there's anyone in the room, right? And that recording becomes something that we can use ad infinitum to help grow our business, right? So let's talk first about our approach to classes. Right, because a lot more people are familiar with essential oils today than they were when we all first started teaching essential oils 101 classes, if you've been around the block that long, right? So what we want to focus on doing is teaching wellness concepts, not product features. This is really key. People will be open to what you sell and what you want to share if you first present them with a proposition that meets their needs, their interests, right? So we want to talk about things that are relevant to the audience that we want to serve. And when we build that trust, they will then be open to understand the products and their features that benefit them, right? So instead of teaching a class about thieves, right, we are teaching a class about supporting our immune system by using products that support its functions as opposed to things that disrupt our endocrine system, right? So we make them curious about working with you and not buying from you, because that's the other key thing here too. What they don't want to do, what most people do not want to sign up for, is an opportunity to be basically cattle in a room being pitched at, right? They want to feel like an individual being seen and heard so that they can chase that curiosity toward next steps, right? So again, the idea here is not about getting people into a room so that we can tell them about how great Young Living is. The idea here is to get people into a room, show them that you can help them, and then lead them toward a conversation where we become the bridge to them trusting Young Living enough to say yes, right? And so the products need to come up naturally in context. And this also, if you're using this approach, this also helps keep you compliant, right? It's really difficult to compliantly have a wellness-based class that talks about something that would otherwise be a hot word in the compliance universe of Young Living, while also introducing product, right? So if you wanted to have a class about balancing hormones, so long as you aren't talking about and prescribing Young Living products in context, in that presentation, you are compliant, right? You are someone who has educated yourself about the endocrine system and you are teaching this very specific group of people about that system, right? And then you're letting them know that you're offering a one-on-one sit down so that they can come up with a custom plan that meets their needs, right? Young Living hasn't come up at all at this point. in this example, right? And it stays interesting, it stays relevant to the person that we want to reach and connect with. And then once we have a kitchen table conversation with them privately, we can connect whatever products we need to connect based on their needs, right? And so this gives you much wider breadth of being able to talk about interesting things that are relevant to the people that you want to be connecting with, while also preserving that trust, allowing them to not feel like they were simply placed in a room to be pitched. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat if that makes sense to you. All right, so let's give some topic examples here. First, 5 habits that support your immune system. We would do this instead of an intro to essential oils, right? Because again, this is just interesting. This is something that is maybe while we're still in like cold and flu season, right? People are thinking about supporting their immune system. They're not going to be anywhere near as interested in an intro to essential oils, unless of course, if you're like, some certified aromatherapist and everything you talk about is aromatherapy, sure, maybe you do offer an intro to an essential oils class, but most of us probably aren't trying to be professor of essential oils, right? And we don't need to be. Another opportunity here is to talk about how to build an energizing morning routine. People are tired, they're exhausted, and the reasons that they are tired are not things that they're necessarily connecting to that symptom that they're experiencing, right? So you could talk about this. Anybody on this call could talk about this. And so what we're not doing here is talking about the magic red drink that we take every morning. Right now, we may mention when we're talking about building an energizing morning routine, we may mention having our antioxidants early instead of going straight to coffee and what that does for the adrenals, right? So we could do something like that. But again, it's not about Ningxia, because nobody who is unfamiliar with Young Living is going to care to sit in a room and hear about Ningxia, right? Another option, simple swaps for a toxin-free home instead of the Thieves product line, right? Simple swaps for a toxin-free home. We're not talking about Thieves. We're setting up a conversation where we could, right? So the first thing that we want to do here is use AI, use Write with AI in Get Oiling to brainstorm our topics. So we're going to tell AI what our audience struggles with or wants, and it's going to suggest to us class topics based on their needs. We'll then get a full outline with talking points and no more staring at a blank screen when we're trying to figure out what we're going to do next, right? So I'm going to actually show you guys in this resource that I've created for you, and then I'm going to go over into Get Oiling and show you how you can take action on this. This is actually the guide that I've created for you. So this is the first prompt that I have for you here. And I'm going to come over here to Get Oiling, and I've copied it, right? There's the prompt to use. What we're doing here is we're ideating. We are going to come up with what our event will be. So I'm going to come over to Get Oiling to Write with AI. I'm going to paste, and then I need to fill in the blanks here. So I need to create a wellness workshop that attracts people interested in, I'm going to say this one here, stress management. I'm a Young Living brand partner, but this class should not be about Young Living products. It should teach wellness concepts and lifestyle habits that make people curious about working with me. At the end, I want to invite them. So we're going to use one of 2 options. We're going to have an outcome here that we're moving them toward. Do we want to have them book a consultation, right? Do we want to actually provide them a call to action to purchase, et cetera, right? So I'm going to invite them to book a wellness consult. All right. And then I'm going to ask it here to generate a workshop title, specific takeaways, a brief description, and format it so I can copy and paste it into next steps. So I'm going to go in here. And again, this is all outlined for you in this setup. And then we're going to move from there into creating the event itself. So here's our workshop title: Calm in Real Life, a simple stress reset plan you can actually stick with. We're going to have 3 specific takeaways attendees will learn: how to spot your personal stress signals, a 10-minute reset routine, and simple swaps for a calmer day. And then I've got a brief description, and I've got the end invitation. So I'm going to copy this to clipboard. Now, coming back over here, if I want to create my landing page with AI, what I'm going to do is first paste the title and description that we just received. And then we're going to add our details and then tell AI the rest of what we want. So in Get Oiling, we're going to follow those steps, right? And I walk you through, again, every single one of these steps in order here in this guide that you have received. So let's go ahead and pop over here to let me go back to my slides here just to make sure that we are staying on track here. So we're going to set up our live class, right? So we need to create a Zoom meeting and have the URL ready for it. So that is one thing that we need to do in Get Oiling as well. And then we're going to use AI to build our landing page, our campaign, and then we're going to connect everything together, right? So let's go and do that. We're going to actually use features in Get Oiling to build this for us. Okay, so I'm going to open a couple of tabs here. Now I've already copied the prompt that it provided back to me, and it's in my clipboard right now. I am going to be utilizing this additional prompt from step 2, and I also need to create a Zoom meeting link. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up a new tab here for Zoom meetings. There we go, open a new tab. Now, I offer a monthly class already. I've created a recurring meeting for this, but if you wanted to schedule something like this yourself, you can click schedule meeting. You can give it the name. You can decide whether it's one time or recurring, and then you can choose the settings for it, whether you automatically start video, whether you record it to your computer, use a waiting room, etc. Right? So, but I'm going to go ahead and just lean on this monthly class recurring meeting that I already have. And it's this one right here that says get link that I'm going to use. Now, let me come back over here to my dashboard. The first step is going to be to create our page for this. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click add. I'm going to go to landing and registration. I'm going to use this pretty pink one. And this type of page is going to be a landing or opt-in page. And I'm going to put my prompt here. So let me go ahead and paste what it gave me. And then I'm going to come and grab the rest of this. I'm going to grab the rest of what's here and then come back over here and edit. All right, let me go ahead and drag this down so I've got more to work with. So this is the workshop information up at the top. So I've done that. And I'm going to say this event will be on... Let me see, will be held on, I'm going to do this in March. So this is going to be on March 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. There we go. And I'm going to tell it to create a landing page for my live workshop. And I'm going to say info above. And we've got the date and time already. I've got the description and promises above. Include a lead capture form asking for name and email. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create the page. Again, I'm letting AI create this for me. And again, you can follow all of the steps that are here. I've got that Zoom meeting link done here as well, which I'll be using in a subsequent step to create our campaign that reminds them of the event, its date and time, and gets them to hopefully attend live. But as we said before, regardless of whether or not they attend live, we are going to capture your recording of you teaching and demonstrating. And then this video that you have that can record and live inside of your Get Oiling system then becomes a lead magnet for you to use in the future, or an educational tool, right? Something that you can use to further build upon the relationship that you have with your leads and of course with your customers too. All right, so let's take a look at what it made. There we go, is our logo here. Calm in real life, a simple stress reset plan you can actually stick with. This is great. All right, so I'm going to, oh, I love this. Look how cool this is. It's got the date and time. It's got the promises. Let me go ahead and edit over here though real quick because the form is going to be here. So I don't really need any of these other calls to action. So I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to click done. And let me go up here to settings, leads. The form is on the page. This button label is going to need to be save my seat. I am going to use, there's pink. I like that. That's good to go. Let me click done and preview this. How good is that? Look at that. It's got the date and the time. It's so good. All right. And when they click this, it takes them back up here. They put their name and email in. This page looks awesome. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. We can take a look and see if we like how it looks on mobile too. And what do you know? It looks great. right? Again, they click this, it pops them right back up here. Good to go. All right, so we've got that one done. Let's come back over here. And the next thing we need to do is to generate our email campaign with AI. So let's get back into Get Oiling and create that as well. Now, this campaign is going to confirm their registration. It's going to remind them the day before, and it's going to remind them an hour before. So let's go over to campaigns. I'm going to go right back over here to Write with AI and see my prior responses. And this is what it gave me before, right? That I need to create a wellness workshop one. I'm going to copy the AI response just so that I have the details of the event there. And then I am going to click Add and use the Campaign Creator tool. And let me go ahead and drag this down so that you can see everything here. So here's the workshop information. And let me see, I'm going to remove this end invitation here so that that's not confusing. But then what I'm going to do is come right back over here and I'm going to use this prompt. Right, so this is the campaign prompt. I'm going to copy this, come back over here and paste. All right, create a 3-email campaign for my workshop shown above. Let's see, the workshop is on March 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Zoom link is, let's go grab that here real quick. There's my recurring monthly class link in my other tab. Zoom link is here. And then we've got the description. So email 1 is day 0. Confirm they're registered. There we go. I've got all that's all here. That's good. So this is going to be 3 messages. It's deciding the length for me. And I'm going to go ahead and create the campaign. And it's going to take just a minute. And once it's done, we can just double check it. Really importantly, as well as you're going through here, we want to make sure that we're setting this up as a date-based campaign. And after we've done that and confirmed that day 2 is the day of the event and that the timing works out, then we are almost done. This is so cool. And this is just for creating one event that you can hold live. You can reuse these assets. So basically go in and say, rewrite this for this new event. Here we go. All right. So here's our day 0. You're in Calm in Real Life. There's the date and time. We're having them save the Zoom link, which is totally fine. We've got a day 1. That's the day before. And then finally, we've got the day 3, the day of, that's going to happen in an hour. I like this. This is good. I'm going to click Create Campaign. And then what I need to do is make sure that this sends on a specific date, right? This is a date-based campaign. So right up here, I'm going to go to March. Now this is going to be on March 12th, and this is day 2, day 1, day 0. So I'm going to select 10, and you can see here that this is going to send on March 11th, and this is going to send on March 12th. Now this sends at 9 a.m. Central, which is fine. We're reminding them tomorrow night we're going to have this call. But this needs to send at 5 p.m. Central, right? Because this is a 7 p.m. Eastern call. So I'm going to change the time here to 5 p.m. Now, if you don't have a Get Oiling plan level that allows for changing the time, obviously you would be in perfect position here because the default send time is 5 p.m. Central. But you could also, instead of creating a campaign, you can schedule broadcasts out to people who sign up for this. So, and that's something you could do at any plan level. So we've got our reminder before, we've got our day of. Let me go ahead and that is saved. Let's come back to our instructions here. We need to create a confirmation page, and then we will tie it all together and get it done, right? So let me go ahead and grab my, and actually this is going to be super simple. I don't even think I needed a prompt for this. So let's go and find my pages here. And the title of this event was, it had calm in it. So let me go find it. There we go. Now I'm going to click the 3 dots right here, click create, make a new page like this one. And the type of page is going to be a thank you page, right? So confirm registration and tell them to email me if they don't see a confirmation email within the next half hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and let Get Oiling do that for me so it can create one that looks similar and has all of those same details. And then we are literally one step away from being done and ready to start promoting this event that just took a few minutes. This is so cool. So while it's doing that, let's go take a quick look here. This is what it looks like to connect everything. Again, I've got everything you need to do here, all of the steps that we need to complete. You'll see me walk through them and you'll be able to go back and use this as needed. Let's go take a look. It's still working there. Once we have this done, it's really just a matter of showing up and hosting the event. Now, when you host your event, you're going to open Zoom. And however many people are there, you are going to present, you're going to share. What I want to encourage you to do is to actually record this to the cloud, right? So when you're in Zoom, look for the record to cloud option. And when you do that, it is going to capture inside your Get Oiling account in your Zoom meetings under My Recordings. And once that recording is done processing, it just takes one click to move it over into your Get Oiling video library. And then it's there for you to use in your member area, to send via email, embed on pages, and more, right? So let's come back over here and see. It says you're in, your seat is saved. Here's what happens next. This is perfect. I love it. This is great. All right, so let's take a quick look at this and see if I like it. Email Jane for help. That opens up, beautiful. That actually opens up a way to email her directly. And this will take you back to her homepage. Beautiful, love it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is just go ahead and click save. Let me make sure as well though in the settings that this is available by link only, because this is a confirmation page. So I'm gonna click done there. I'm gonna save that one more time. And then let's come back over here to our list of pages. We're going to go find our Calm landing page. That's this one. We are now going to finish this final step here. We're going to go to settings, leads, and then what to do after a lead registers, right? We're going to open this up, go find that campaign. There is our Calm in Real Life Stress Reset Workshop. I'm going to call this Calm in Real Life. And this is March 12, 2026. So this is someone who registered for the live one. I'm giving them a tag. And then I need to send them to that Calm landing page. There's our thank you. There's our thank you page right there. All right. So now we can save it, we can view it, and we can test it. So I'm going to put in my name. And I will save my seat, and it sends me to my confirmation page here, which is great. And if we go and we look in our Get Oiling dashboard, you can see here that this contact just registered here. You can see this Calm in Real Life, March 12, 2026 is here. You can also see in the campaigns that this we're 27 days away from this, or at negative 26. So we would have received the day 0 email. That is sent already. We can take a quick look here and see. There it is. And then, of course, they will receive these emails when it's time. You can also see here that she has registered, which is great too. All right, so that's it. Now what you want to do is find in your pages, again, that landing page that we created. This is that Calm in Real Life landing page, this one here. Get the link, copied to clipboard. This is now the link that you're going to start sharing. You're going to link to this in your emails. You're going to send this out to your list, right? You're going to post this on social. And if you wanted to make a listing for this in your actual events digest, you can do that as well. You can come down here. If you are using the events feature, you can go to events. You can create a new one, right? So this is Calm in Real Life. You would use your Write with AI to get a description right here, the one that you already had generated, give it the date and time. And then importantly, under more event options, what you're going to do is not allow self-registration, and you're going to put the link to that landing page. So this will show up in your list of events, but they won't RSVP here. They'll actually be doing so on the page, right? So that's it. That is how we do it. We run the event. You can send the replay out to your people. I walk through the steps here, even provide you a prompt to let them know about what to do next, right? Offering next steps. And then of course, you'll be able to, when you send that email, so let me actually go to the dashboard here. And if we're going to send a replay out, We can go send email, text, or app notification. We're going to do one message. And this is my calm in real life tag. I'm going to write the email to them. And I'm going to just use the basic email editor for now. And if I click this add video, I can actually go find, and we'll just pretend that this is the one. I'm going to select this one. Actually, how about this one? That way you can actually see. So I'm going to click select video. And I'm going to just to the video on my website is the option I'm going to choose. And so you can actually see right here that it shows up as an animated GIF. You can't watch it from the email, but when they click to open it, it will take them to where the video is embedded, right? So I can go ahead and schedule this or send it out right away when it's time. Again, once I've held the class, the video is done, it's in my system, I can send it out to these folks who signed up. Now let's talk about how we turn this into an evergreen tool for your business. You've got the video, right? Now what we need to do is just modify the existing page that we have and the evergreen campaign that we'll be using, right? So when you think about changing this, right? When we think about going out into the world and actually promoting this, we need to look at it slightly differently, right? Because now it's not just about getting them to watch it, it's about getting them to actually take action, right? So to turn this evergreen, just a quick reminder, we're going to upload a recording to Get Whaling. We're going to update our campaign to send the replay instead of the reminders. And then we're going to remove any time-specific language from our landing page. And now it can work for us 24/7, right? And so this is going to work so that people can register and watch this months or even years from now. And the follow-up happens automatically, right? So nobody falls through the cracks, right? And you can focus on growth. So let's come back over here and take a look at, and I'll walk you through exactly what we'll do to turn this into an evergreen resource for your business. The first thing I want you to do is to actually take this and turn it into an evergreen campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. Actually, I'm going to leave that here and come back over here for a second. I'm going to create a new campaign, right? I'm going to first visit my Write with AI, and I'm going to grab that write-up from the prior response, right? It's the same one that I did before. So the workshop title, specific takeaways, etc. Copy the AI response. I'm going to go add a new campaign with the campaign creator tool. I'm going to paste the information about the class itself. Let me drag this down so you can see what we're going to pop in here. And then I'm going to use the rest of, let me close these tabs, the rest of this prompt, right? So here's our 7 email evergreen campaign for my on-demand workshop. Let me copy this. I'm going to paste this here. Workshop shown above. I've got the promises, that's there. The replay video, let me go ahead and grab that. Again, that's going to be right over here. If we come down here to our content library, I'm going to get the link. Click get link. There we go. Here is our replay link. And you could use a replay page and embed this. That's totally fine too. At the end of the workshop, I want people to book a wellness consult. Now, I already have my wellness consult in my AI settings in Get Oiling, so I don't have to go find it. And then it's telling it what needs to happen. It looks like, here we go. Each email should encourage them to book a call with a clear call to action. Perfect. Okay, so I want 7 emails total. Decide the length for me, create the messages. And you can go through and, of course, review what it provides to you, confirm that you like it, make sure the links work, etc. We will then also update the landing page so that it is an on-demand offer, right? So I'm going to come back over here to website pages. I'm going to go find that one that I used for the live event. Let's find that. I'm going to create a page like this one, this live workshop landing page. This will also be a landing or opt-in page. And I'm going to say this is for the same event, except it is a recorded video on demand and not a live workshop, right? Create page. I'm going to go ahead and let that do its thing. And I can go ahead and open another tab and just get that going for the confirmation page too, right? So we have 3 things that we just need to update. So I'm going to go find the other one, calm, here. There's our thank you. I'm going to create a page like this one. This is going to be a thank you page, just like that. This is for the same workshop, except it is not live, but available on demand. Let's create that. Come back over and see what they created for our campaigns. All right, so here's our calm in real life. Beautiful. I don't know why it says 21 days. We might just, oh, actually, no, that is going to, over the course of 21 days, we're going to maybe drip these out to day 21. I like it. So 7 total that we're going to not send day after day. So the replay is here. So here I might modify this and say in the text, watch the replay, and change this to a button. Why not? Right? It's got all of this information here that's good to go. Again, you're going to want to go through and double check and make sure that everything is good. We're sharing a little bit of information, kind of dripping out. Basically, what we want to do is keep them engaged and build trust. And what we want is for them to book a call, because this is where we can actually get them set up with a loyalty order that fits their needs, that they'll stick to, right? And so we've got 3 weeks worth of this where we're just dripping out this information. So I'm going to create that campaign. Let's go take a look at the landing page for this. Recorded video on demand, watch anytime, love it. Great, it's just created a new version. Sign up, get the link, watch and repeat. Ooh, I love it. Look, it even gave me an FAQ. This is so cool. All right, so let's come over here and double check the replay page. Replay is ready. Check your inbox. Let me see. Let me go ahead and I want to delete this. Oop. I'll just delete that right there. Not necessary. All right. I love it. This is so good. All right. So I'm going to click save. I'm also going to save this one. I'm going to do a quick refresh. And now I could just go into this pre-recorded version. So this is the on-demand, you see. This one is also the on-demand, right? So I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to go to leads. After they register, this one is going to be this new campaign, which is called Calm in Real Life Replay. So let me go find that here. Calm in Real Life Replay. There it is. All right. So here's our our on-demand one that we just created, Calm in Real Life on demand thank you page. And then this is going to be Calm in Real Life workshop recording, right? So now I can find the people who signed up for this. I know how they came in. They're going to receive emails from me over the course of 3 weeks, and they're going to get the replay for that class that I held once that maybe 20 people showed up for, or maybe no one showed up for, but now I've got a tool that I can use in my business forever. So once you have this done, you can view it, you can test it, and then of course, importantly, you share it. You take this link and you put it in your link in bio as an on-demand workshop that people can watch. You put this in a resources page. You put this anywhere that connects to the front-facing you that's online, so that people can know that you teach stuff that's interesting, right? And they can go and they can watch it on their terms, right? I think one of the hardest things that we see about getting people to show up live these days is that ghosting is so common. It's so common and normal for people to just say they're going to do something and then not do it. Well, now you don't have to worry about it because you've got it handled right here. And no matter whether people show up live or not, you've got a tool that can do even more than a live class can over many years in your business, right? So don't skip live. Live is important. It's important for you to build that opportunity and context for people to connect with you in deeper, more meaningful ways. But my gosh, if you aren't recording and putting this into a resource that you could share ad infinitum into the future, we're just doing a whole lot of work for a potential win for 1 hour long class, right? When we could take that hour-long class and close maybe hundreds of new customers with it over many years, right? So I am excited to hear what you guys think about this approach. Again, you've got the entire setup here that is ready for you to go through and follow to your heart's content. Every step is outlined there. There are prompt frameworks for you to work with as well. So let me see if you have questions that you want me to answer, if you could pretty please make sure that those go into the Q&A, because there's a lot going on here in the chat and I don't want to miss anything. All right, Kimberly says, I'd like to email a newsletter that I have. It's in PDF format. I don't understand the easiest way to do this with all of the different email templates. So the newsletter that you have, is it like you've received this from like a content provider in PDF format? Let me know if that's the case. And actually, Kimberly, if you want to pop your hand up, we can talk through this as well, kind of back and forth. Okay, go ahead.
So yes, it's one that I have from a subscription that, I'm a member of. And so we get a monthly newsletter, but I've tried to figure out how to send that. And I don't know the easiest way to do that because I don't need necessarily a template. I just need to send what I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I would recommend that you do, there's a couple ways to do this, depending on the device that you're on. You could turn a PDF into an image, right? And so I think that maybe the easiest way to go about doing this is you turn that PDF into an image, upload that image to your files or to your images and Get Oiling. Upload the PDF there too, so that you've got a link for it, and then put that image into your email so that they can see it. So it's interesting, right? It's visually interesting. They can click it, but then you hyperlink the image, right? So that when they click the image, they download the PDF to their device.
Okay.
So
all right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I thought about that because I have a just a PC. So is it easy to do that
Yeah.
versus using a Mac?
Well, if you have Canva, I think that's probably the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have Canva, you could just pop a PDF
Well,
right
and
into
actually,
Canva.
it's already in Canva. They sent it to me as a Canva template, so that would work then.
Oh, yes. Save it. Yeah. Download it as a PNG
Okay.
and upload that into Get Oiling, and then take the PDF version and let them know that if they want, just click it and it'll open the PDF. So then
Okay. All
you
right.
know how to hyperlink an image, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I would
Okay.
do it.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Paula, hello. Oh, we're going to show you off in a second, by the way. Just like I said, Greg's been busy. We've got a couple things we need to show you guys. All right, so Paula says, I'm working on a Canva presentation for a workshop, Create with God, a Christ-centered workshop on creativity and confidence online. I want to go to that. All right, my question is, when I use it on my live Zoom workshop, is it better to use a Canva presentation or should I save it as PowerPoint instead? Now, I haven't tried to use Canva for presentations in a while. It is arguably a little easier to make really pretty presentations that are dialed into your brand just based on what Canva's graphic abilities are. But I have personally never been really thrilled with the visual, especially recorded experience of clicking through a Canva presentation, because it always seems to like follow your cursor around, even if you don't necessarily want it. So if you like the way that it looks, then by all means present with Canva, because I do definitely see a good number of people doing it that way. I think it's just a matter of preference. I have a Mac and I really love using Keynote. I have a formula for how I use it, and I'm really kind of locked in that. But I think that it could probably work just as well. I mean, Canva does have that capability. So I'd maybe just kind of do a quick little test, a few of your slides, record yourself and see which way you like better. Yeah, that's how I would do it. Just because, I mean, they're built as a graphic software platform, not a presentation software platform. So I think sometimes when you get something that's built to do one thing and they start doing a different thing, you're still going to see that the thing that was built for the action that you want, in this case, a presentation, is usually going to work a little bit better. But they may have gotten better at that. I don't know. Either can work, but you do want to test it first. It's been a couple years since I tried it, and I wasn't really thrilled with the difference between the two, and I stuck with the software that's dedicated to presentations. All right, Jolene says, I have questions about the date versus ASAP. My class is February 21st, and I have 3 or 4 emails going out. And that top box on the right, it should always be the date of the event. No, so what you're going to want to do, if you have, so what I shared with you today are 2 emails ahead of the event, right? And so that meant that I was setting the start date of the campaign to be 2 days before the event itself, right? So that they're sending out at that correct interval. Maybe it was 3 even. But what you want to do is adjust the start date such that everything sends on the correct day. So what I would do, if your class is on the 21st, you have maybe 4 emails going out, then your start date is going to be 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, maybe 16th or 15th, depending on how far ahead, right? Because you might be sending an email a week leading up to something and then 2 emails before. So you're just going to be adding more space to that, like having the start date be further away from the event itself. But you're always able to see when you select a start date in a campaign, you'll see the date attached to day 1 and, subsequent dates there. All right, is there a trick with Keynote and Zoom? I did them both for the first time Tuesday, and for some reason it didn't work. I thought I had hit record before I shared my screen on Keynote. Then in Keynote, I couldn't do anything except hit the escape key and get out entirely. So what I do, Allison, is I hit play on the Keynote. So, and I not full screen, I hit play so that it, becomes its little box. And then you share that box in Zoom. Right? So you need to have Keynote prepared to present, and then you say, Zoom, now present this, playing Keynote. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that made sense. Yeah, this is, I know I had to go through that kind of fast, you guys, but I just wanted to make sure that you could visually see all of it. The replay will be up later today. You can slow it down, you can press pause, you can rewind, and of course you've got everything fully outlined. If you wanted to just follow the instructions in that guide, you can do that there as well. Pam had said that someone wanted some help with website today, and I'm not sure. If you are here and you had chatted with Pam about needing help with the website, let me know. We can look at that here together. Or if you guys need help with anything else, do make sure that you put that into the Q&A. What we're going to do now is show you guys some really cool stuff that Greg just did recently. We're going to do some dedicated trainings on these at some point here soon. Next week, we're going to be sharing our weekly wellness tips for March. So definitely make sure you're around for that. But let's go take a quick look at some of these cool features that Greg has just recently added to your Get Oiling system. I'm going to start with the, let's see, there's a couple things, quite a few. All right, so I think where we left off, because there's always like 6 new things. Okay, so in Pages, if you are taking payment, and this account actually doesn't have payments enabled, but I'm just letting you guys know, if you have a pay what you can or pay what you want option, if you want that to be something that's made available for something that you're sharing, that is an option now in Pages. So you just go into your page, wherever you are taking payment, you go into the settings, you go to payments, of course. You will see something slightly different here. You select your payment processor, but there is now an option to allow people to pay what they wish, which is really great if what you're doing is intended to be donation-based or just, generally available for what people would like to pay or what they're able to pay. If you are working on the quick setup or my simple site, you can actually see a live preview as you're working on it. But let's get to something really exciting, you guys. How many of you are blogging with Get Oiling? Let me know. If you are, there are a couple of things that you might have wished that you had access to, and your wish came true. So first, you can edit your blog categories. And what are the blog categories? Let's go over here and take a look at the blog. Let me view it here real quick. Right, so if your blog looks like this, And you've got a bunch of categories over here. Maybe you've got categories that just run all the way down the page because you got 50 million of them. And maybe you want to remove some or change some. And what you've had to do up until now is to open each blog post and remove those category tags. Well, no more. You can go right here to edit categories and you can delete or add whichever ones you like. So if I'm not talking about this, I am deleting this, right? If some of these are repetitive, right, you can delete them. So you can go through and make those available categories. You can slim them down. You can also click on them. Maybe I want to make sure that everything is in title case, so I can click it, and instead of having this lowercase getting started, I can type in getting started. And this is going to apply to every single tag that this is on, like every blog post that this might be on. So you can go through and modify these. So if maybe something is misspelled, or you need to maybe modify how it's showing up, you don't have to go into every single blog post. You just click to edit it here, or you get rid of it entirely. Isn't that cool? Now, another really, really cool thing is you can now personalize the blog layout. So right now, if we go and view Jane's blog, let me get rid of some of these. Okay, let me view the blog. So this is what it looked like before, right? So we've got a nice big image here. We've got a sidebar. We've got some categories. We've got a search feature, and we've got all of our posts here just in one straight line. Well, now you can choose a layout. So we've got that classic layout. You could also compact it. You could magazine it. You can card grid it. There's a lot of different options. I really like this highlight latest. I'm going to show the whole photo to fit within the space provided. And I'm going to hit save changes, and let's take a look at what happens next. Oh, so excited. Look at that. Look at that. So this one doesn't have a featured image. Obviously, you want to make sure you're using featured images if you want to utilize this feature. But now it really does kind of nicely change the layout of what's here, right? Isn't that cool? We can swap that out to a card grid if we prefer, and we can come back over here, refresh, and see how that shows up. All right. Now let me show you a fantastic example of this being done in real life with our friend Paula. So here is her blog where she's got this gorgeous image up here up top. We've got a search bar at the very top, which you can now do. I love this sidebar and how she has this set up with this contrasting image. Isn't this great? And then, of course, she has that featuring the recent one showing up here. She's got her titles. Oh, you guys, look at how good this looks. She can select the language here. She's got a subscribe to her blog, so you can send them off somewhere if she wanted to, right? So many great options here. And that is just such a beautiful, oh yeah, there's all of her categories. She's actually popping them down here because she talks about a lot of things, right? So you now have the option in your blog settings. So we just talked about the blog archive layout. You could also choose the widget positions on the blog archive itself. So like for Paula, for instance, she's still using the right sidebar, but she's putting the search bar above the posts, right? You can see that here. So her search bar is above the posts, which is great. Looks good, works well. Her categories are below the posts, as we just saw. And then recent posts, let me see, I think is what all of this is down here. Yeah, so, or she may not be showing them. Anyway, but you can also do this on individual posts. So let's see what Paula has done with her individual posts. Same thing. Search bar at top, beautiful widget on the side, which is really well, like I love the contrast choice here because it really does kind of create a division of space. It doesn't feel like too much verbiage, even though there is a lot of copy happening here. It looks really well positioned and organized. She's got her podcast embedded here. You guys, this is so good. There's her blog categories. They're down beneath. So good. So you can actually choose how this stuff shows up on your individual blog posts as well. One other thing, if you are blogging in another language, these things were in default in English, but if you are blogging in any other language and you want to have the labels for things, like if we go and take a look here, things like search blog, blog categories, read more, stuff like this, you can change the default language for these, right? So you can actually have these in another language, Or if you are a vlogger and you're using your blog with Get Oiling to display videos, you could say something like watch instead of read, or listen instead of read in the case of podcasting, right? So that is a change that you can make here as well. And as always, you've got access to your header, footer, and sidebar content. You can add a nice big image if you like. You don't have to. This is the sidebar. This is where Paula put in this beautiful image and then this text here. That is all happening in the sidebar right here. There's a page footer. There is a post footer, right? And extra sidebar content. And in this case, that she would have this same thing here, Paula does, where you've got the ability to, it's in the blog itself, it's over here, where you can actually search in another, like you can search via Google, right? Or translate rather via Google, right? Isn't that so cool? Oh, great work, Paula. Always out here being the gold star student. And let me see, did I miss anything else in terms of updates? Let me see. Oh yeah, animations in the page builder. When you're creating a page, there's a new link at the top that will auto apply all of the animations that you want at once for a page or a section. Let's take a quick look at that as well. Just another really great way to add interactivity to a page. Is that just when we're creating it? And these are also landing pages, to be fair. Let me go to website pages. Yeah, there we go. Apply animations to page, right? So I can do here, oh, let me get out of my Zoom. So we can actually use these to animate each section, to fade in, to bounce or wiggle or zoom or any of these, rotate, all these different options. So you can blanket apply those animations to an entire page as you're creating it. You could also do that section by section, and it doesn't necessarily have to be element by element. Let me see what else. Is there anything else? Oh, admins can now do some more editing inside of the member area. So if you have someone else who admins your member area, such as like for a team or for a course or something like that, there is now the ability to have the admins make adjustments to photos, like the main photo, cover photo, the description, and member area settings, discussion room settings, and things like that. So cool. I don't know when he sleeps. All right. Adrian says, just to confirm, the goal of creating a landing page or regular page is to invite folks to the event, and then it becomes an evergreen page with the replay versus sending out an email to invite with a campaign. Okay. So the overall goal first is to host an event, right? And when we're hosting an event, we have a page that that talks about what they'll get, right? Like the value of the event itself. The campaign is going to confirm that they're registered. It's going to reaffirm the date, time, etc., and it's going to send them the link to join. And then we're going to send that out a day before and an hour before. Now, after you have hosted, you can take that same landing page and actually just transform it for your next event that you're hosting if you wanted to. Or you could just delete it and be done with it. Or, you know, you could transform it into a new page that is just for the evergreen version. So once it's evergreen, what we want to do is we want to end the campaign, right? So now we're using the same promise of what they'll get. It's just we're not promising live, we're promising on demand. They're still being promised that they're going to see the same path to outcomes. And when they receive the campaign attached to that page, the first email is going to send them the video so that they can watch. And then the subsequent emails are going to be doing that follow-up. Right? So if you have someone show up to a live event, what I do not want you to do is to apply some super generic blanket follow-up with them. That's why I don't really recommend putting a whole bunch of messages in a campaign for an event. If someone chooses to show up to a live event, you want to manually follow up with that person and manually work on building an active relationship because that person chose to spend time with you, right? But if someone is passively engaging with you, we want to build a bigger net for them to kind of fall into. And that's really what that longer campaign is for. So we're using that to try to encourage them to move toward a call with us. We'll be able to accomplish that a lot more quickly with somebody who chose to be there live with us. All right, let me see. For blog post images, is it better to have images smaller with text on the side or the image expanded and text below? This is going to depend on the layout options you choose, actually. I would say, though, that generally speaking, overall, if you want to maximize your potential for SEO or for utilizing services like Pinterest, I would recommend creating in Canva a blog post image, like a featured image that would have whatever graphic or those types of design elements with at least the title of the post in it, because that is going to provide a compelling reason. If, for instance, you put in the actually your our blog post builder is going to give the text the title, the alternate text for that image, the title anyway. So that's going to help with your search results. But it's also going to help when someone is searching for something and they see images and they decide to click through. It's going to help reaffirm what it is that they're going to be able to go see. So in terms of the layout, it's really just going to become a matter of whether or not you want to use like the 1200 by 630, like the wider orientation image, or if you want something that's more square or more like an Instagram post and things like that. And that is something that I think becomes more of an attractive option now that we have these different layouts, right? Because some blogs will actually have a taller image as a featured image for their blog posts, and something that really does mimic more of Instagram or just generally the use of a mobile device to consume content. So it's really just going to kind of be a matter of preference where that's concerned. And you can play around with what that looks like based on the formatting that you like and want to use, because you have options now, really good ones. Of course, of course. So appreciate you guys. All right, let me see. Awesome. All right, glad we could get to everything and in record time, it seems like. We will be back next week to talk about March weekly wellness tips. We have done for you content we'll be sharing next week, and we will be showing you how you can make those look the way you want them to, get them plugged into your system, adjust them for your market, whatever that looks like, so that you've got all of your content ready to go for the next month. We look forward to seeing you then. Make sure you join us, and definitely look out for the replay. It's got the guide and all of the steps, and I promise you can slow it down on YouTube and pause and rewind. So we thank you for spending this time with us here today. Thank you for giving us the inspiration to make this platform better for the uses that you have for it. And thank you to Greg for staying up all night. I don't know how you do this stuff. Thank you, Greg. All right, we will talk to you guys soon. Take care.